What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, February 9th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 9:08 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from South America and also from the Middle East. So, according to a new Wall Street Journal report, the Venezuelan military has deployed a large amount of military forces, including tanks, armored personnel carriers, and missile armed ships near its border with Guyana. And what you're looking at here is a picture from the Wall Street Journal, and it shows this base right next to Guyana, the Anacaco Island military base, and it's showing a before and after on July 28th, 2021. You can see not much going on over here. And then fast forward to January 13th, 2024, and you can see a lot of excavation going on here and a bunch of armored fighting vehicles. But this is just one picture from the article. Unfortunately, I can't share the whole article with you, but the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Venezuela is moving a massive amount of military forces, including tanks, armored personnel carriers, and missile ships near Guyana. Now, just a few weeks ago, the president of Guyana and the president of Venezuela had a sit down meeting together in person, and they agreed not to resort to military force. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. We also have a massive amount of nuclear war command and control planes in the air today. We had as many as 5 in the air so far today. Here we have one in the air right now. It just took off from Tinker Air Force Base, which is their home base. These are the E-6B Mercury planes, which are responsible for communicating with our nuclear armed submarines. And this plane is going straight west. And earlier this evening, we had 2 nuclear war command and control planes in the air. They both have landed. And then earlier today, we had 2 more nuclear war command and control planes in the air. One came back from Europe. And then there was also a presidential doomsday plane in the air as well. Okay, so U.S. nuclear forces are on high alert today. And we have some interesting news coming from the Middle East. So, sources from Iraq are saying that tonight and over the weekend, one of the Iranian proxies, the Islamic resistance in Iraq, will massively increase their attacks with missiles and drones on U.S. Army facilities in the Middle East. And the Islamic resistance in Iraq is also calling for attacks across the entire Middle East. They've actually released an official statement. I'm going to show that to you in a second here, calling for basically every group sympathetic to their cause to take up arms against the U.S. military. So this is very serious, guys. We also have breaking news that a U.S. military base was attacked today in eastern Syria by the Islamic resistance in Iraq. And this was in retaliation for the U.S. killing of Iraqi Hezbollah commander in Baghdad by a U.S. drone strike earlier this week. Okay, so the Iranian proxies are not stopping, they're only escalating. And they're saying this weekend there could be a massive escalation. So if anything serious happens, I will go live. Okay, if there's any kind of crazy situation going on over there. All right, so make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell icon down below so you get notified when I go live. And what you're looking at here is all of the reconnaissance activity over Poland and the Baltics. Last night, we had several recon planes operating over Poland, an unusual amount. And this came just days after Poland allegedly shot down 2 Russian cruise missiles in western Ukraine that were getting close to Poland. Apparently, they used 3 F-16s. They scrambled them and they shot down 2 Russian cruise missiles that were heading towards Poland. Remember that 3 Russian missiles have already entered Polish airspace since the start of the war. And Poland has set up a massive no-fly zone over eastern Poland where they're telling pilots for the next 3 months that there may be unexpected actions related to ensuring state security, unexpected military actions. Okay. So here you can see a Swedish reconnaissance plane patrolling the Polish border with Belarus and Russia. You can see also a U.S. RC 135 rivet joint reconnaissance plane patrolling around Kaliningrad here and going back and forth multiple times along the Polish border with Kaliningrad. There was also a U.S. AWACS plane over northwest Poland for a while. There was also a British reconnaissance plane that went all the way up to Finland. So a lot of recon going on in the Baltic area, okay? And this could be where the war with NATO kicks off, okay? Remember that NATO is doing a massive exercise here. They're doing a drill, supposedly, with 90,000 troops, okay? 90,000 troops, the largest drill since 1988, guys, since before the fall of the Soviet Union and the Warsaw Pact. So this is huge, guys, okay? Get prepared. Things are about to get serious around the world. We have all these war fronts escalating. And here's the letter from the Iraqi Islamic resistance calling for attacks on U.S. facilities across the Middle East. Here's a translation of it. If you want to read it, you can just pause the video and take a screenshot with your phone. Okay, I'm not going to read to you the whole thing here, but they're basically just calling for an uprising this weekend. So it's coming, guys. They're definitely going to retaliate somehow for the Biden administration attacks a week and a half ago. The question is, how severe will it be? We need to pray for our brave men and women over there in uniform, sacrificing everything for our freedom so we can sit here at home and watch YouTube videos, okay? So please pray for our brave men and women in uniform, okay? They are in harm's way right now, all right? They have families just like you do. They have, brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, kids, okay? An Israeli strike on Damascus. There were 2 big airstrikes on Damascus today, and one of them was during the day, one of them was in the evening. We have initial reports that 3 high-ranking Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps commanders were killed by one of these Israeli airstrikes on Damascus. Okay, apparently they hit some building that was used as a meeting location by the leadership of several of these Iranian proxies, okay, including Lebanese Hezbollah. All right, so Israel is really taking the fight to these proxies. They're doing what we should be doing as America. They're doing our job, okay, which is really sad. And 4 Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps commanders were killed in a poison attack in eastern Syria. We don't know who's responsible for it, okay, but 3 IRGC commanders were killed in some kind of poison attack. And over the last 2 days, there's been a massive movement of U.S. forces to Djibouti, which is right near the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. This is right where the Houthis have been operating, where they've been targeting all the U.S. warships and commercial ships, this strait over here. Okay, here you can see one of the planes that the military has been using. This is a Boeing 747 Transcom plane. So this is actually like a private plane, but it's used by the military to move equipment and personnel. And they use these private planes to supplement their military planes like the C-17s or C-5s, and also to remain kind of anonymous, to kind of hide because these transcom planes, you can't tell that they're military planes. Okay, if you suddenly had 20 C-17s going to one spot in a single day, it's going to raise red flags by anybody with a radar in the region. Okay, but these unmarked planes, nobody knows what they are, but they have military equipment. We know so far that 3 of these transcom planes have been moved to Djibouti and 3 C-17s. Okay. We also have breaking news that the Marine Expeditionary Unit with 2,000 Marines that's operating in the Eastern Mediterranean has had their deployment extended. Okay. So that means that the U.S. is concerned things could still escalate with Israel and Hezbollah. Okay. So the Marine Expeditionary Unit on board the USS Bataan and also the USS Carter and USS Mesa Verde are going to stay in the Eastern Mediterranean. And Egypt has sent 40 tanks and armored vehicles to the northeastern Sinai, according to Reuters. The Egyptian army has reportedly deployed several elements of their 4th Armored Division of the 3rd Field Army, consisting of upwards of 40 Abrams tanks and M60 Patton main battle tanks, as well as the YPR 765 infantry fighting vehicles towards the border between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. And the reason why they're doing this is because Israel is going to start an operation now. In fact, they've already started this operation. They've been moving tanks to the area. So it's possible we could see a war between Egypt and Israel on the southern border of Gaza, because Egypt has said that that's a red line if Israel deploys their forces to that border, okay, the Philadelphia axis. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a limited time sale on their 1-year emergency food supply. They're going to drop the price by $700 for this week only. The sale expires February the 11th, 2024. This 1-year emergency food supply has a 25-year shelf life. It's all contained within 24 rugged water-resistant buckets. Free shipping is included. $700 off. To get the deal, go to preparewithnyprepper.com. The link is in the description below this video. They're also doing a discount on the Alexa Pure Pro Water Filtration System. They're doing an $80 discount. Normally the price is $280. They've dropped it down to $200. And this water filtration system filters out bacteria, heavy metals, chemicals, various types of pesticides, and agricultural byproducts. And the best thing is that it does not need electricity to work. It's powered by gravity, so you can take this with you anywhere if you're going camping, if you're bugging out, if you lose power at home, okay? Or you could use this every day just for everyday use to purify your well water rather than installing a special treatment system that could cost thousands, okay? So to get the deals, go to preparewithnyprepper.com. The link is in the description below this video. $80 off the Alexa Pure Pro Water Filtration System and $700 off the My Patriot Supply 1-year emergency food supply. Guys, if you buy this thing, you're pretty much set for any scenario. Now, they also have a general store where they sell all kinds of prepping and survival items. They have a wide variety. To get to their general store, when you go to preparewithnyprepper.com, you click on the top of the page, the logo here, My Patriot Supply. Click that logo, and it'll take you to their general store, and they have everything you need. Okay, so check it out, preparewithnyprepper.com. The link is in the description below this video. That's a red line for Egypt, so we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. It could turn into a full-blown war between Egypt and Israel, which has happened in the past, okay? And the Israeli government has apparently informed the White House that the Israeli army is about to launch a major military operation in the city of Rafah, according to a U.S. official. Now, Rafah is that city where all the humanitarian aid is being brought in, and Israel's concerned that Hamas is using Rafah and that entire border with Egypt to smuggle in arms and resources to continue fighting against Israel. So they want to seal that border off, okay? And apparently, the CIA director has been sent to Egypt. And why, we don't know. I don't know if it's because things are escalating between Egypt and Israel now. I don't know if it's because of possible ceasefire talks with Hamas. We'll have to wait and see. And Iran's foreign minister has vowed, after arriving in Lebanon, to keep supporting Hezbollah, saying that Lebanon's security affects that of Iran and the region. Okay, so Iran is going to continue supporting Hezbollah, and Hezbollah fired dozens of Russian Katyusha rockets towards the Kila barracks of the Israeli army in the Golan Heights. And for a second day in a row, Hezbollah fired a concentrated barrage of dozens of rockets at the northern settlements in Israel. Okay, so things are really escalating between Hezbollah and Israel. Hezbollah has really stepped up their rocket attacks the last few days, and they're getting these rockets from Russia. Okay, and the Israeli Air Force retaliated by carrying out a massive airstrike on a Hezbollah weapons storage site in southern Lebanon in the town of Nabatiyeh. So things are really escalating. Okay, we also have some breaking news coming in from Spain. Apparently, riot police and the Spanish military are being deployed to Madrid to prevent a major blockade of the capital of Spain, Madrid, tomorrow. And the reason why is these farmers are going to try to blockade the capital. Now, we also have Polish farmers blocking some border crossings and blocking some roads across Poland. So, all these countries in Europe now are protesting these EU climate change mandates. They're going to do taxes on diesel fuel, which would harm farmers tremendously. And what's pretty interesting here is that the Polish police is actually allowing these farmers to, block the roads and protest. So it looks like the Polish police, at least where this was filmed in the northeastern city of Białystok, the Polish police are on the farmers' side. So that's pretty cool. And apparently, Tucker Carlson met with Edward Snowden before leaving Russia. Apparently, he met with him for several hours. We don't know if he did an interview with him. We do know that he traveled to Serbia yesterday after leaving Russia after his interview. And apparently, he also spoke with Tara Reid, supposedly a victim of sexual assault by Biden. And Boris Johnson has called Tucker Carlson a traitor for interviewing Putin. We had two big earthquakes today in the U.S. We had a 6.3 magnitude earthquake on the big island of Hawaii, and we had a 4.6 near Los Angeles. And then just 2 days ago, there was a 4.0 in Florida. And then last week, we had a 5.0 in Oklahoma. So things are really waking up, as far as earthquakes go. And we also have a solar storm in progress right now. We have a strong radio blackout right now. So high frequency communications are going to be interrupted the rest of the night and through tomorrow. Okay, so this was caused by a solar flare just on the edge of the sun. Okay, it wasn't directly Earth facing, which is good, because if it actually hit us directly, then it would be a lot worse. But still, there's going to be some degradation to high frequency communications and various radio frequencies. But that's the latest breaking news that I have, guys. I will be back tomorrow with more breaking news. So Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell icon down below so you get notified when I post these updates. And until next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.